coming to you from my mother's house in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's Las Vegas Funny People with Mark Andrew Chicoine and Summer Sinclair. Tonight's guest is Donna Joy.
Got a video gamer named Thor. And they rolled me in, knocked me out, uploaded my operation online. When I came to, I had 50,000 subscribers and 50,000 views and 22,000 subscribers. What a bump. Okay, so. But you know, speaking of procedures, there's, I don't know if anybody heard, but you know, vasectomies are up in this country. Yeah, ever since the overturn of Roe versus Wade. Yeah, vasectomies have tripled. Pretty soon you're going to start seeing, you know, clinics popping up all over the country. And you're going to start hearing commercials like, hey fellas, can't get laid because your date's afraid of making a baby? Well, come on down to Great Snips. One trip, one snip does it all. You can kiss those paternity tests goodbye. And so now, they've also passed the Marriage Protection Act, which I think is great, because we have to keep our friends in the gay community happy. Because with all these vasectomies going on, we're going to need the backup. Hey, the future of mankind just may very well depend on it, that's for sure. Absolutely. Let's see now. But you know, dating right now at my age is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's like shopping the Goodwill. You got your overused, slightly damaged rejects. That one guy who was like picking up a used appliance. He was a little frayed around the edges, but there was little sparks. I took him home. Yeah, it didn't last very long. Turned out he had a short circuit. Anyway, that's my time. Thanks so much. Okay, so here we are.
Yeah, hi everyone, Mark Andrew Chicoine with
Summer Sinclair.
And whom are we interviewing today, Summer?
Oh, we're with the great Donna Joy.
The wonderful, great Donna Joy. That's right. That's what they call me. And yeah, so I'm not going to deny that.
Outstanding. No other nickname?
No, Joy is about it.
Joy is about it. Okay.
It about says it all.
So you're joyful about doing comedy.
I love it.
Awesome.
How many years have you been doing comedy?
Well, I just started comedy out like maybe 5 years ago, and moved to Vegas to become a stand-up comic. You know, retired and wanted to start off something different, something new, something fun. So I guess you might say, I mean, actually doing comedy about maybe 3 years, because I took 2 years of classes and all that, and then started hitting the stages. And then we had COVID, so nobody went anywhere during that time. So about, 2-3 years.
And what did you retire from before you became a comedian?
I'm actually a retired college professor. Yeah.
What college was that?
The Art Institutes of San Diego. And I was in San Diego for like about 45 years. 45. And when it came time... When it came time to retire, I said, what else do I want to do? And I really found out that I really needed to be entertained. I like to be entertained. And what better place to be entertained than Las Vegas?
Really, I heard it's the entertainment capital of the world.
That's the rumor. The rumor.
What comics inspired you?
Oh, there's so many. There's so many over the years. I have to actually say that my muse is actually Joan Rivers.
I love her.
I've studied her a lot. I've watched her style of comedy throughout the years. And of course, there's the great George Carlin, Robin Williams, Richard Pryor, Jerry Seinfeld. The list goes on as far as that's concerned. And I've always been a big fan of stand-up comedy. And I would always go to the Comedy Store in La Jolla, and I would watch all the comics come in. And I would always think to myself, wow, that is really an interesting profession, career, to really get up on that stage. And like I said, so when I retired, I said, well, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to just try to learn the craft and go for it.
Did any of those comics you mentioned ever play in La Jolla?
As a matter of fact, my favorite story is I was at the Comedy Store one night, and Robin Williams
Oh.
performed. But it was before Robin Williams was Robin Williams. He was
What was
just,
his name then?
it was Robin Williams,
Yeah.
but he was just doing the circuit. He was a circuit stand-up comic.
Oh.
That's all he was, you know? And he was just running the circuits between, you know, Los Angeles and San Diego and traveling around. And he absolutely, bar none, and I have yet to see anybody really top him, we were on our knees laughing. I mean, there were tears coming down our eyes. And I said, this guy is amazing. And about 6 months later, there he was on NBC. He had a special,
Yeah.
and then they had Work in Minute.
Work in
Then,
Minute,
yes.
and he just took off. But by far. And the one thing that I really was a real fun event was when I was in San Diego about 2 years ago. I got to do a set at the Comedy Store. And that was like a full circle moment for me.
How did you get that spot?
Well, you know, I'll tell you. As in anything else with this business, a lot of it has to do with people that you know and the
Yes.
networking that you have. And I was actually down in San Diego that summer teaching a course. And I told the students, you know, that I do stand-up comedy now in Vegas, and they thought it was fantastic. Well, one of the girls in the class happened to know the person who was the booker at the Comedy Store.
Oh.
And so she basically put two and two together, and I set up a field trip for the class.
Oh.
And it was a marketing class, so it was very good because part of the lesson was to watch all the comedians and watch how they build their brands and how do they identify and everything else. So we made it a learning, you know, teaching moment, and she got me a guest set at the Comedy Store.
That's wonderful.
And it was fantastic. But that's how things happen in this business, isn't
Yes.
it? It's just basically you just kind of get to know people who know people, and then things come together. But it was a full circle moment for me because here I was standing on the very stage that I watched Robin Williams perform, and I had goosebumps now when I'm thinking about it. Of course, you can't see the goosebumps through this,
Yes.
through this plush toy thing that I have on. But anyway, yeah.
How do you feel as being a female in this business? Have you get any backlash or anything negative being a woman?
Well, you know, like I said, you know, I am retired. I have a long career, a long history of careers. And, you know, it's been that way ever since I've been in the working force. You know, it has been male, predominantly male, you know, situations that you had to work through. And, you know, I just forge ahead. And, you know, I am who I am. I don't really quite look at me much like a female trying to get in, you know, in the business. I just basically do my shtick. I do my bit, and I have a lot to say. And there's women who are my age. We all have a lot to say because we've all been through a lot.
Yes.
And but you put a funny twist on it, and you basically you take the truth and you pepper it with a little humor, and people just love it.
That's right.
And that's how it works.
Yes.
So I don't really see it as a positive negative. It's just who you are, what you bring to the table, and how you relate to your audiences.
Oh.
Are you going to be doing anything upcoming? Any upcoming shows?
I'll be at Buck's Tavern.
Ah.
Buck's Tavern. Tell us
Buck's
where that
Tavern,
is.
Wednesday night on Nellis Boulevard. Yay!
Wow.
Then I'm usually at Wise Guys
Yeah,
on
we've seen you there a
Wednesday
few
nights.
times, yeah.
And every Saturday night, I've got this really wonderful gig. And again, it's something that just kind of happened. It's at this Italian supper club up in Sun City. I'm very big in Sun
That's
City.
Arizona?
No, Sun City, right here,
Sun City.
up in Summerlin.
Oh, Summerlin.
And it's an Italian supper club. The fellow who runs it is a past lounge entertainer. And so he puts on this fantastic old-fashioned Las Vegas lounge show. And again, I happened to have been there for dinner one night. My friend told him that I was a stand-up comic. And he said, he goes, do you want to do a set? And I said, yeah, okay. So I got up and I did a set. And he just loved it. He loved it. And he's now made me part of his show.
Oh.
And so I'm kind of like I said, it's like an old-fashioned lounge act. So he's got a great band, he sings, he entertains, and then he brings me on as the comedy.
Oh, are you like the opening act before the singer?
No, I come on during the show. No,
Oh.
he wants it, when he wants to take a break, he'll open up the show and be like right after people have their dinner and everything. It's a fabulous place because you just basically have your table for the night, and people make the reservations, so they come and they have dinner and then they see the show, and then he brings me on probably about mid-range of the show. It gives him a break. The people. You just have to see the show. It's so exciting. It's just full of energy, and I've been doing that now for a year.
Okay.
So
We didn't get what's the name of that
my
spot?
mother's house.
My mother's
It's
house.
called My Mother's House.
Sun
You gotta
City,
come to my mother's
Sutherland,
house
Las
on
Vegas.
Saturdays.
You gotta come
That's
and see
right.
her.
Yeah.
Come
Come
on
on.
now, we'll have a good time. I'm telling you, the food is fantastic.
Right.
Entertainment is great.
What's the
And,
best food there?
Well, it's Italian,
Yeah.
so just about everything.
Everything, right?
Everything. Lots of pastas, great pizza,
Oh, we should go
great
there then.
seafood,
We're
great
there.
seafood. It's got
yeah.
great
We're there on
seafood,
what,
yeah.
Saturday night?
Saturday
Saturday
night.
night.
You gotta make your reservations in advance because they are booked solid on Fridays and Saturday nights.
all
That's
right.
what we
Good to see you.
perform.
We're gonna come.
Please do.
Yes.
Please do. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And
Any
what
other
about,
questions?
one question, what about a favorite joke?
Yeah, give
Yeah.
your best joke.
Oh my goodness, I've got a whole lot of them. But basically, I like to talk about being vaxxed, being fully vaxxed.
Yeah.
And how I wanted the Brazilian, but they gave me Moderna instead, that type of thing. And then I've got the flu shot, the shingles, the Prevnar, and 3 boosters, taking more shots than a Mexican at a Cinco de Mayo festival. So that really kind of gets people
You know
rolling.
which one I like that you do? You said the bakery is closed.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Tell
because
them
it's a
how
good. It's a,
Yeah,
because
let's
it's a
hear that one.
yes, say that joke.
because it's a great time to be a cougar. It's a great time to be a cougar because we have no birth control issues. Yeah, not even the Supreme Court cares what I do with my body.
Awesome.
That's
I like that.
right. That's right. I'm like an easy no bake oven. Yeah. My pilot light's on, but the bakery is closed.
Yeah, I love that
I like
joke.
that
Yeah,
one.
it's
You
very
can keep
good.
putting in your
Okay, so
orders.
You can
Yeah,
hear,
no deliveries being
Yeah.
made.
you can hear that joke and many others.
Many more.
Yeah.
Very good.
At
Yeah.
my mother's house.
At my mother's house in Sutherland.
That's it.
Saturday night, so make a reservation.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Donna.
Well, thank you so much.
It was a
pleasure.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's been a great
absolutely.
interview.
Thanks so much.
Thank
All
you.
right.
And we'll be back with another comedian tomorrow here on Las Vegas Funny People.
Woohoo!
This is Mark Andrew Shaquan with Summer Sinclair, and we're here to tell you
Share, subscribe, and like.